All right, I have just finished Rogue One, which is a great movie. I also remember watching this in theaters. I really enjoyed that experience, and it's a great movie. I have seen this maybe twice, and I feel like, watching in theaters was epic. I'm gonna rank this one at a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed that. And on the screen, you'll see my comparative rankings of this one. I am a sucker for the prequels, so they will always end up being a little bit higher, but I definitely think this is one of the best Star Wars movies, especially the best of the, everything that came out after the prequels. Unlike Solo, and honestly, unlike some of the TV shows, I feel like this really adds to the narrative, the cohesive narrative of the Skywalker saga, of the complete saga, but also to the greater universe. I really like what it adds both to the Rebels, by having Andor, who's doing things that aren't always the morally right thing to do for, the greater good or whatever. I like that aspect. They're really pointing out that, yeah, we talk about the rebellion and Princess Leia and everyone, they're so perfect, but they're not, in a war like this, people are going to have to do bad things, and I like how they portray that here. I also like that literarily, the literary device of a tragedy, like Shakespearean tragedy that this movie is, the story it portrays, at the end they all die, the entire team. When you look at the story, if you've watched A New Hope, you know that they all died, but watching it, you don't really think about that till they're all dying on a beach, which is just beautiful. And I really like how at the end, the characters all seem to accept their fate by the end of it, and just kind of keep moving towards this greater good. This is also much more cinematic, I think, than Solo was. Comparing the two, this is definitely the better of the Star Wars stories. And honestly, it is really cinematic. I don't know what TV show really compares to this. The animated Clone Wars, and all of those animated shows do a different thing than these Disney Plus shows have been doing, I'd like to point out. The Disney Plus shows are more movie-esque, and I feel like this is a story that could not be told in a TV show, unlike Solo. This needs to be this fixed, concise amount of time. You have to get everything done, and I think it works really well in this. One of my favorite things it adds is making Leia seem even more dramatic, and also making Darth Vader seem cooler. He's already this big bad, it's established in the rest of the Star Wars universe, but I feel like when it comes to the movies, at least, without looking at the cartoons, he doesn't really do anything as impressive as, you were getting in the prequels. The fights in the originals are nowhere near as good, and so I think this really makes him cooler again, kind of adds to this skill set that he has. I haven't watched the show Andor yet, but when I do, I plan on rewatching this and re-reviewing this to see how the show changes it.